Okay, so this week's video is for hikers who would like to improve their core strength. So everybody wants to have a great core. Most people want to have a great core so they can look good when they take their shirts off. Obviously that's cool, but for hikers, our main concern is to be able to have the strength and the confidence so that we can hike long distances and that we can be able to move in unconventional ways. And then when we're moving and transferring our gear around, we don't have pain or fear of injury. So if you're not an exercise expert or a trainer and you look up core strengthening exercises, most of the stuff you're going to find will revolve around crunches, planks, and glute bridges. Those exercises can be great, but it's important to have a variety and think about your body holistically. One of the main things I do with my clients is I help them gain confidence in moving their body dynamically. Our bodies are not designed only to do linear and static movements, but to be able to rotate and move dynamically in multiple limbs at the same time. Ideally, the exercises you do will incorporate or encourage better joint mobility. Remember, the better motor control you have while moving and the better mobility you have within your joints, the better you're going to feel while also maximizing your potential to hike without injury. So today I'd love to show you two of my favorite core exercises for hikers that are going to help you increase strength and mobility at the same time. Okay, so here we are in my studio. So this first exercise is called thread the needle, and you're going to be taking one arm and threading it through your torso and your other arm that's connected to the ground. Reason why I like this exercise so much is because it's not just a regular linear crunch, but it engages your shoulder, your hips, your spine, and it works your body in a much more dynamic way. So as you can see, I'm here with my shoes off. I've got a nice mat, a little bit of cushion. Now I'm going to demonstrate the exercise to you. So to begin with, you can start with one elbow down. So notice I've got my elbow down and just right underneath my shoulder. And my shoulder isn't hunched up by my ear, but I'm pushing my shoulder or my elbow into the ground. I'm going to come up here into a side plank, right? So my left shoulder is over my right. Got my arms up. My left leg is leading the movement, so it's forward compared to my rear leg. And now this is my needle, right? And so as I thread the needle, my hips come up. Notice my balls of the feet are on the ground. Now I'm going to rotate my hips towards the ground as the needle or my arm goes up towards the sky. So thread the needle, push my hips into the ceiling, drop my hips, raise my arm and breathe. Remember, with your shoulder, try to push it into the ground. Hips up, rotate, come underneath. You can touch the ground if you like, and then come back up. So I'll demonstrate a few more. So it engages a lot of your obliques, but as you rotate, come up under, it engages your abs as well. So that's a hard exercise. It's called thread the needle. So if you're watching me now from a slightly different angle, we'll do a few more repetitions. And actually, I'll show you a slightly more challenging way. So instead of having your elbow on the ground, if you want to have a stiff arm, you're going to plant that same arm, right? So my hand is underneath my shoulder. My left leg is forward. Feet are connected to the ground. And this needle is going to come up and under, drop back down. If you want to raise your shoulder now, drop the hips. Press your shoulder into the ground, hips come up. Rotate, thread the needle, breathe, come back down. So notice all the movement in my entire body. Shoulder, hips, and all those muscles involved around in the core. Getting on the tip of my toes, coming around. So that's a little bit more advanced exercise, but if you could try to do 5 to 10 repetitions on each side, it's going to help you a lot as you prepare for your next hike. Okay, so this next exercise I call hip extension, downward dog to knee in. So if you could think of a better name than that, please comment below and we will name you in the next exercise. All right, so if you're familiar with yoga, you're going to remember this move. So here you are down on the mat. Hands are down. You're in your plank position. We're going to work this left side first. So you can bring your left knee towards your palms. You're going to squeeze your abs. You're going to go into downward dog, lifting your left knee up and over your hips, right? So I don't want to have my hips oriented towards the ground. I want to try to flare my knee up and over. So I'm really stretching that left hip. Then I'm going to dive down, exhale, squeeze my core as I bring my knee as far forward as I can. Again, you're going to reach back into downward dog, open up your hips, try to keep your arms stiff, stretch. Imagine like you're trying to draw a big circle with that left knee, going up and over. Come in, flex, exhale. Inhale, open up, extend up and over with that left knee. Nice downward dog, triangle position. Come up and under. Now I'll show you from a different angle. Okay, here I am in a slightly different position. So again, you're in your plank, working that left side. You're going to bring that left knee up and over, trying to stretch that hip. Now dive down, exhale, try to bring that knee in between your hands, squeeze your core as hard as you can. Try to keep the ball of your foot down, work up and over, come down, squeeze your core, breathe. Work your hips up as high as you can, mobilize that hip joint, squeeze your core. So if you could try to do 5 to 10 of these hip openers per side, it's going to get you in really good shape next time you go on that hike. So if you found this video helpful, I'd love your support by clicking the like button below. In addition to subscribing to my channel, that would be great. And if you're dealing with more than just plantar fasciitis, maybe you have issues with your knee, you're worried you may have to get a knee replacement, or you've got something going on with your lower back, and all of these things combined really prevent you from being able to get out and explore the outdoors and follow your passions, I have a free workbook that is going to be very helpful to you. It provides some of my best mobility exercises that are sure going to keep you pain-free and be able to get you back hiking on the trail. You can access that at the bottom of my page in addition to the home screen. So that's it for me. Thanks a lot for watching my video, and talk to you soon.